important social issues that affect our city. I plan to showcase organizations and heroes who are doing amazing things to help others. Remember to tune in every Tuesday morning at 10, starting soon.
This is Barbara Barragan-Perea with Delta Flows, a radio show by the Voice of Stockton and Restore the Delta. This is the weekly radio show where we discuss everything Delta related: the environment, water management, water quality, farming, history and culture, public events, recreation, Delta food, and the arts. Tune into Delta Flows on KXVS, the Voice of Stockton, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at KXVS Radio.
Hey, it's Details from KXVS, and from all of us at the Voice of Stockton, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
KXVS 92.1 coming soon. KXVS.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of KXVS, the Voice of Stockton, or its parents, affiliates, management, and staff.
Good morning, Stocktonians, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tales and Tips. We're going to stick with the sports theme this week, and we're going to talk about the American Basketball Association. I am privileged to have with me James Paul, who is the CEO and founder of our local team, and Righard Stallworth, who is a player and who is a co-founder. All right. So let's talk first about what the American Basketball Association is, how long it's been in existence, and how a team was created in our area.
Well, thank you, Julie, for having us. It's a privilege to be here. The ABA, or American Basketball Association, has been around for quite some time. It's where the three-point line actually came from. It's where the 24-shot clock came from. It's where the slam dunk contest also came from. It's where Dr. J got his start in basketball. And the NBA and the ABA used to work in conjunction with each other until the NBA basically took over all of the playing and marketing rights for professional basketball here in the U.S. The NBA resurfaced the ABA back in 2000. There were some strikes and some contract issues going on with players, with unions, with labor, and the NBA decided it was time to go ahead and enact the ABA once again into the U.S. markets. Currently today, it is the largest professional organization in the world. There's 120 teams across the U.S.
It's a lot of teams.
It is a lot of teams. It's designed to be in smaller markets that don't quite have an NBA presence. Stockton is a perfect fit for ABA activity. We're actually blessed with one of the premier facilities to be able to use and play these games in, and the Stockton Arena is, as most of our community has seen, a fantastic venue for this type of activity.
And what makes you want to be a part of this team and this league, and what do you love about it, and why did you want to help to form a team here?
First of all, being from Stockton is what made me want to be a part of it, and it's just everything. It's just like a dream come true. You have awesome. A professional basketball league, you have an arena that's never been used for a team, and it's just the whole feel, the whole vibe, just being from this town.
So you're a native Stocktonian?
Yes.
Awesome. And you've chosen to stay here and do something that helps your community, which is awesome, and you're having fun doing it.
Yes.
Awesome. And earlier you were telling me that some of your friends are also on this team as well, which makes it more fun.
Yes. Makes it a lot funner.
Awesome.
A few players that I played high school ball with, college. Can't get anything better than that.
Cool. And where are you, besides your friends and people you know, where are you recruiting team members from?
The local area, local colleges, the community.
So Delta, UOP, I think you said Sac State. Okay, awesome. And how many members do you have on your team?
Currently, there's 19 on the roster. We typically only dress between 10 and 12 per game, depending on people's prior commitments and the location, of course, of the game and whether or not the entire team is able to make it. But we've got 19 total on the roster that's involved with us on a weekly basis, practicing, getting better as an organization, dedicating their time and their sweat equity into helping this become a successful organization, something that Stockton can really look forward to for the future.
Awesome. And a couple things that you shared with me, James, that were pretty amazing is that everyone involved is on a volunteer basis, which I think is phenomenal, because what you're talking about is a huge time commitment, and there's a set schedule, and if you're relying on people to be there. And secondly, that for this season, you're giving tickets away.
Yes, we've been blessed with a powerhouse list of sponsors that are not from this community, but believed in this idea and believed in our community.
Awesome.
And so we've been blessed with an opportunity to give this away to the community free of charge. There's no sales gimmick. There's no catch. It's simply an opportunity to come into the Stockton Arena on our game nights and enjoy the fruits of Stockton talent. Most all of our players are from this community. This is
Wonderful.
not a professional team that we put together the talents from areas all around us or recruited from different locations throughout the U.S. Most of the ABA teams that we have encountered and that we've played against are full of talent that came from all over the place. Our team truly is homegrown. This is where these guys have grown up. This is the city in which they developed their basketball skills and played for various high schools, played for Delta College, played for UOP in some instances. Some of our guys have already gone overseas and played at the professional level. And we've got a hotbed of just extremely talented basketball players.
So that doesn't make you, because you haven't recruited nationwide, that doesn't make you underdogs because you have strong players.
No, it actually strengthens our team. A lot of these gentlemen have played together.
Wonderful.
Whether or not it was at a school or it was at open gyms or it was at 24-hour fitness, a lot of these talents all know of each other or have played together.
Good.
In some way, shape, or form. So when we brought the team together as a real organization, it was really nice because we had a group of guys that had familiarity with each other and could start to trust each other initially, as opposed to really having to learn each other's skill sets before they could trust each other on court.
Awesome. Well, that's pretty amazing, though, that a lot of you already knew each other. And it's also wonderful to hear that you have funding from outside the area, but I'm sure you'd like to get funding from our community as well.
Correct. One of our toughest tasks on creating the continual low cost or free cost admissions and really continuing on for years future with low cost opportunities to come and enjoy this is the sponsorships and the community involvement. And we have been blessed. We've brought some wonderful sponsors to the table. Rock Mobile, who does a fantastic job of bundling cell phone and data packages along with things like roadside assistance and accidental death insurance and things like term life insurance. Basically programs that the majority of our community ignores to some degree, but when those unfortunate situations in life happen, they all wish that they would have had something in that nature set up. So Rock Mobile has done a fantastic job of really creating that bundling package that a lot of our community is completely unaware of, and we're looking to use this activity to just draw awareness to the opportunity
Awesome.
That's there.
And do you have any other sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Indeed. ABK Brewery, the oldest brewery in the world, 700 years plus and still brewing, out of Bavaria, Germany. Bogart's Premium Spirits, which is a grain liquor distillery up in Jackson, California, actually. A new brand that has created some fantastic products. Bandero Tequila, which is a brand new tequila created by the makers of Patron, and it has just hit the market actually last week. So we're on the cutting edge of some brands that are making their national exposure well known and better known. And
Awesome.
Stockton,
so you'll grow together.
Yeah, and Stockton should be very, very happy and blessed that we've been chosen as a community to help advance some of these brands and to get the word out on some great opportunities.
Awesome. And Aaron, did you want to give a shout out to any of your buddies that are players or coaches that you're working with?
Yes. First, I would like to give a shout out to all of my teammates for all the hard work and countless hours we put in on a daily basis is just amazing.
How many hours are you practicing a day or a week?
We don't keep track. I'm gonna be honest. We just start and we go.
Okay, you enjoy it. That's
yes.
awesome. All right. And did you have any people you wanted to list by name?
Mike Nunley, which is a huge success and huge help for this team. LeVar Nunfield, Christian Williams, Jason, Troy Anderson, Marvin Cotton, George, Ezra, Jawan Mack, Jason Singh, Gerald Green, Dave Loren, Andre Brown, Eric King, Derek Walford. There's a few more guys I can name. Those are the most of the players right there.
Awesome. And you were mentioning earlier that there's about 20 games a season. And right now, because the league is so new and you are at the arena, you're having to adjust to the hockey schedule. But you said you guys are very flexible. And next year, you're hoping to be able to probably not have to do that and to be able to start selling some tickets, which is awesome.
Correct. Yeah. Our goal is to really kind of create the organization, create the draw and the support from our local community this season. And our intention is to continue to have this professional team representing Stockton for years to come. Awesome. We are certainly not looking at creating any kind of a major profit margin off of this. Our focus is creating something that's actually really good for our community. The guys are very, very pleased to have an opportunity to showcase their skills that they've developed over the course of their lives for the community to enjoy, and want to continue to integrate into the community in the form of basketball camps for the youth, and being mentors. Stockton has gotten a very, very tough reputation for a lot of different reasons, but I don't think that reputation is something that identifies us as a whole. And
not at all. The people here are amazing, and organizations like what you're creating have a huge potential for kids in our community through the camps, and we'll talk about those, and just you as role models and showing kids that there are options for them.
Correct. That's our number one goal, is just to create the awareness that there's always something better that you can be doing with your time. There's always something better that you can be doing for your community. And I think the more community support, the more awareness that gets out about who we are and what we're doing, I think the more we'll see our community come out and enjoy it.
Let's talk about the basketball camps, because I know that's something that you're going to be working with a lot. What age level, how will kids access these camps, and what kind of skills do you think it will give to them?
Well, that's something that I'm very excited about. It's going to start from the ages of 6 years old to adults, and it's going to be big because we have a lot of plans. This summer is going to be huge. It's going to be all about the kids in the community and helping them develop their skills in basketball, from the fundamentals all the way up, the basics, left-hand layups, right-hand layups, free throws, shooting the perfect shot, just everything. The sky is the limits for this community when it comes to basketball. And now we finally have that structure and that base to start.
Awesome. Well, and with any sport, in addition to the actual physical skills and physical activity, they're learning discipline, they're learning teamwork, and other skills that will be valuable for them no matter where they go in life. Where will the basketball camps be at?
That we haven't decided yet.
Okay. So that's a work in progress.
Work in progress. We're planning on not necessarily just having a basketball camp. We're going to work with basically any of the schools and churches and places of worship that are interested in conducting this type of activity.
Awesome.
It won't be a single location type of event.
Okay,
it'll be something
great.
that's very fluid and continues on throughout the entire course of the off season, so that we can really have as large of an impact into our community as possible.
Great. And do you anticipate a cost for the camp? Or are you going to try and do it will there be a charge? What about equipment?
Our intention is to try to create this to be free of charge for the youth in our area.
Awesome.
Like I say, it's not necessarily set in stone at this point, but with our local corporations and local community, hopefully sponsors. That is indeed our intention, is to create something that does not cost our community an arm and a leg to come and be a part of.
All right. And how does someone reach out to you? Let's say that we have a listener that says, oh, this is amazing, I want to be a part of this. How do they help support you? How do they reach you?
Well, the first thing that I would address you to is our website, teamtrouble.net. And from our website, you'll find links to all of our social media pages. You'll find links to myself through our Contact Us page.
And say your name again.
My name is James Paul. And really that's the best starting point at this point, because it'll allow you to learn a little bit about who we are, what we're doing, give you some information about what we've accomplished so far. We're actually very, very proud, and Stockton should be extremely proud. We're getting a lot of national attention through the ABA. We're
positive national
very
attention.
Very positive national attention. We came on board as a brand new franchise with about a month to go before the start of the season. And many executives within the ABA doubted our ability to come on board and really do an effective job for this season. However, thought if we were willing to give it a go, that the following seasons would be more successful. And we've really taken the ABA by storm. We've really impressed a lot of folks. We're currently ranked 9th in the country in what they consider their power rankings.
Out of 120.
Out of 120 teams.
Wow.
We are the premier organization on the West Coast already.
Wow.
We had an opportunity this year to conduct tryouts and about 3 practices before we started our actual season. And our season opener.
Not a lot of time to coordinate things.
No, not at all. It was, we were blessed with a community of basketball players that really came together and saw this as a goal that they all shared. And our season opener, we went down to San Diego and gave the San Diego Kings a solid whooping, and then went on to Las Vegas and
he's laughing.
Gave Las
How
Vegas
much of that was
treatment.
you?
It was the team.
Our team is very good at working together.
Awesome.
And we don't have people that are individualistic. Our folks like to see everybody succeed, and
Good.
I think that's one of the biggest parts that's going to make this a successful organization down the road.
Awesome. Well, and even when I just asked Aaron how much of that was him, he's like, it's the team. So that's awesome. It sounds like all of you, that it's not an ego thing, that you're just working together to make this an incredible organization. So that's really cool. So you were telling me earlier that the season started in November and goes till March?
Yeah, it goes from November 3rd through March, late March, basically. We have a few games scheduled here for late March, and that's when the playoffs will take place, is in early to late March,
okay.
In order to hopefully have a chance to go after a national title for Stockton.
That would be amazing. And there's about 20 games this season? Yeah,
this season we're going to participate in about 20 games. About a dozen of those so far are confirmed and scheduled here for the Stockton Arena. The others are away games in which we need to travel to the other teams, home bases, of course.
Where's the farthest that you'll travel to?
So far this season, we've already, I believe, made our furthest trip, which was Las Vegas. We do have to travel back down to San Diego again here in the next month, and we will be traveling to a couple of other areas in Southern California.
No East Coast.
No East Coast. No, not this season. Obviously, we're not doing this as a major format to create finances, so we're having to be very, very, very good with our budgeting in order to make sure that we can actually accomplish all of this for the community and not take too big of a bath financially. And you can select which teams you're playing and say we're only going to play teams that are X distance from us. Yeah, our executive director, Jovan Bankston, has done an absolute phenomenal job of really being handed a responsibility very, very late in the game. Most of the other teams had their schedules solidified in June or July of this past year, and Jovan got this responsibility thrown in his lap and went to work and created an entire full schedule for us based on the dates that the arena had available, as well as dates that other teams would have available for their home games. And we've put together a very successful season, something that will qualify us for the national championships tournament. And big hats off to Jovan for all the time and effort that he's put into this organization.
Awesome. And who are your coaches?
Our head coach is David Stallworth, somebody that I grew up with personally.
Cousin.
All right.
And David has just done a tremendous job of giving it 150%. We've also got some of the mantelpieces of Stockton basketball involved in our organization. John Gennelli, who played at St. Mary's and played at UOP and went on to the New York Knicks to win an NBA championship ring. Righard Stallworth, who is Aaron's father, who had a very similar story of playing in this area and being very, very successful basketball talent that went on to continue that career and that opportunity. Louis Small, somebody that was one of the Century kids here from Stockton, who is one of the greats from our area, and retired after 30 years as a counselor for the Stockton Unified School District.
Wow.
Andy Olivera, one of the major pieces of what convinced me to go ahead and take this leap. Andy is my uncle, and he played at UOP, played at Santa Barbara, and he went on to some other professional overseas leagues, and has just always lived and breathed basketball. And for my entire youth, I had the privilege of going to things like the UOP basketball camp and enjoying basketball in this community. And it was folks like Scott Brooks and Andy Olivera that really made it seem like it's attainable. Whatever your dream is, it is attainable.
And this gives you an opportunity to continue that legacy.
Correct.
That's awesome. Excellent. And so when is the next game? If someone wants to get tickets, how do they get tickets?
Our next game, home game, is January 7th. It's against the San Diego Surf.
Okay. Do you know what day of the week that is?
That is a Sunday. And
Okay.
tip-off will be at 2:09 p.m.
Okay.
at the Stockton Arena. If you would like tickets to the game, all you have to do is visit the box office there at the Stockton Arena and request them. The sooner that you get there, obviously, the better your seats will be. There is no charge. There is no catch. There is no... there's nothing that you have to listen to, or there's no presentation that you have to be a part of in order to
Just
to
go
get
and
this.
enjoy
Just
the
go
game.
and enjoy the game. There's a lot of folks here in Stockton that have probably never actually been inside the arena. We want to make sure that they have an opportunity to go and enjoy something really
That's
nice
amazing.
there. You know, the arena was built by us. It's our taxpayer dollars that have created this, and this is a wonderful way of giving back to the folks here in the community that see that wonderful location, you know, day in and day out as they drive through our communities, and to have an opportunity to go and enjoy it and not be required or requested for any other out-of-pocket expense to do so.
And it's great. You're creating Stockton history, and you're carrying on a legacy that your family started, which is awesome. And anything that we can do that gives opportunities for kids in our community to stay off the street, something positive, is amazing. And I love the basketball camp idea.
Thank you, Julie.
It's awesome. All right. Is there anything else that you'd like to say? So much enthusiasm, which is great.
You know, we're just really excited about what we're bringing here. I believe that the community, once they have an opportunity to come out and actually see the product, what it is that we bring to the table. You know, as I said before, Stockton has a rough reputation. We're known as a very, very tough location. We're known for having a bit of a chip on our shoulder when push comes to shove. And this team proves that in competition. This team is ready to face whatever that challenge may be. But this team is also...
We have grit in a positive way.
Most definitely. But this team is also very humble. They're very humble to know that this opportunity is not just something that to expect. It's something that we've been blessed with, and we need to do everything that we can to give back and to play it forward to our community. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. How did you come up with the team name?
The team name actually came from the racing industry, to be honest with you. And my father and my legal representative, Charles Hastings, and his daughter, Amy, actually. We kind of nicknamed ourselves this, or I should say we got this nickname
Say
to
your
us.
name.
Team Trouble, Rokits Team Trouble. We got this nickname out on a racetrack many, many, many years ago, and it stuck with us, and it's something that we've always kind of joked around about. And I do some professional racing myself in Le Mans prototype class at the large tracks around the country, and it's just something that we've really really maintained. It's, it stands for trouble for anybody that's going to come and compete against us. But it's a team, and we come together as a team, and we do some really great things when we come together.
Well, and that's awesome for a team that was so newly started, and you're anticipating that you're going to be in the playoffs, and you're already scoring such a high percentage level out of 120 teams. That's awesome.
Yes,
so you've earned that name.
Yes, we certainly have. I know that the entire ABA is very well aware of who we are in a very short amount of time. And the teams out here on the West Coast have, taken us from a new organization to really the organization that sets the standard for the ABA out here on the West Coast in a very short amount of time. So we're really proud of what we've accomplished. We're really proud of our community, and we just want to invite our community to come out and take part in something that is so great.
Awesome. And do you anticipate that the NBA might want to recruit from your team?
Definitely would anticipate that. We have some very, very talented players. The NBA takes a lot of different things to come together in order to give an athlete an opportunity. There's a lot of politics involved. There's a lot of being at the right place at the right time and having the right people in your corner. And, the NBA. But I believe that we have some very, very talented athletes that are going to be getting recruited to go either overseas to play professionally, to develop into what they call the NBA G League, which is a development series for the NBA.
Okay.
And I believe we have some talent that could easily play in the NBA today.
Awesome. And go ahead and say your website again.
Teamtrouble.net. That would be the best location to find us, find out a little bit more about us, and to get into contact with us.
And you have a Facebook page, Twitter?
Yes, we do. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Our staff is active, trying to create some awareness, trying to create some following, so that the word can get out there that this isn't a catch. That there is no real agenda here other than giving back to our community and creating a wonderful sports team that Stockton can be proud of.
And it's a great win-win for Stockton, too. And once again, I'm just amazed that all of you are volunteering your time. And I can only imagine the number of hours that you're putting in with practice and things like that. And we're just lucky to have you here doing that. Any final thoughts from you?
No, I'm just happy to be here and happy to be a part of this, be able to give back to the community.
Awesome. And I love that you're going to be heading up the summer things for kids, because the basketball camps, again, are going to help a lot of kids in our community. So I'm excited to hear about that.
The kids are one of our main focal points. We grew up here, and we grew up doing youth sports and having opportunities to go out as a team and do team building activities and really grow together and develop some wonderful friendships that'll last a lifetime. And we see this as a fantastic opportunity for the teams to get together, do their team outings with their families, and not have it be something that breaks the bank or really requires much in the way of a financial assessment. It's something that the community and the teams can really come together for and enjoy without feeling like there's another agenda.
Which is great, because again, our community finances are tight. And this is something that families could participate in for hopefully not a lot of financial output, but get huge amount of benefits for the kids. And it's just a win for our community. So thank you for doing this.
Thank you, Julie.
All right. Any final comments?
No, I just want to thank the city of Stockton for the folks that have turned out so far. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you coming out and rooting us on. I've met a lot of people that have had an absolute wonderful time at our events, and we just hope to continue that progress, and we continue to hope to get more and more of the citizens out there to enjoy the arena that they put all of their hard work into, actually the development of. Right. And let's go out as a community and rock the ABA.
And thank you to your sponsors, and hopefully we'll get some local sponsorship as well. Did you want to list the next couple game dates that are local?
Yeah, we've got January 7th, of course, against the San Diego Surf. We've got January 14th as well as January 15th also coming up here as home dates. And then we'll travel down to San Diego for a game against the Guardians. So we've got a few here coming up in the next few weeks that we would certainly encourage you to come out get a sample of this product. You're going to fall in love with it.
Awesome. Excellent. And it just sounds like you guys are already taking the league by storm, which is magnificent. And again, it's just exciting to celebrate something positive in Stockton.
Indeed. Indeed.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being here today. And if neither one of you have any final things to add, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to Stockton Veterinary Emergency and Specialty Center. And any final comments?
I'd like to give a shout out to Pinella Trucking. Bobby Pinella been very, very helpful in allowing us to use their property to do some things and get out there and create this without a lot of financial obligation. The Gotelli family giving us a spot that we can practice and come together as a team. A wonderful family and just a true example of the members in our community that are out there doing the right things for the community.
Awesome.
Grower Direct Marketing, Greg Paul Produce Sales, like I mentioned before, Rock Mobile, ABK Brewery, Bogart's Premium Spirits, Bandero Tequila, some wonderful products that we would encourage you to get out there and take a sample of. I think you'd really enjoy what you have.
Awesome. And I'm sure all of those companies are listed on your website also?
Indeed, yes.
Okay, awesome. Excellent. And when you do start the sports camps, who will be donating the equipment for the kids?
We will, as an organization, we'll be
Wonderful.
donating time, equipment, and obviously our sweat equity to really enjoy and help build something in the community that folks can really support.
Awesome. And more information will be posted on your website as we approach the summer.
Indeed.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you again for being here today.
Julie, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Great talking to you. All right. Let's make it a great day.